This video is sponsored by the trading brokerage Moomoo. Use my link down below, deposit $100 with Moomoo, and we each get 5 stocks, and each of those stocks, get this guys, is valued up to $3,500. So get your free money from Moomoo, link down below, and let's get right into the video. Jeez, guys, what a freaking day. If you all watched my first 2 videos of the day, which I made one in the morning and one in the afternoon, we were actually red during the day. We were red, and then lo and behold, the markets went green, and we closed green. Look at this, guys. The Russell went up 2.3% on the day. We had the NASDAQ up 0.5. We had the Dow up 0.3. Same with the S&P, as the VIX only went up 3% on the day. And if you guys watched, again, like I said in my previous videos, we saw the NASDAQ down 4.5%. The VIX was up 25%. We had the Russell down, and then the Russell started going up. So we got to break everything down in this video. What the heck is going on? I want to break down stocks I'm looking at, what I've been doing. So if you all find value, hit the like button, subscribe. Make sure to join my Patreon if you want all my real-time moves and call-outs, plus morning videos. That's linked down below. And you guys could also get 5 stocks from Moomoo with a $100 deposit. That's also linked down below. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. So like I said, guys, this market has been crazy volatile, maybe some manipulation, capitulation, a reversal. Is that what we're getting now? And what I like to call avalanche selling, which kind of goes into capitulation, what we saw earlier. So we're going to break everything down in this video, starting off with SPY. Take a look at this, guys. SPY went just today. We opened up the day. Let me pull up this intraday chart. We opened up the day at 432. We went down to 420, which was that bottom from, I believe, middle of July, about 6 months ago. And we actually called this inverse head and shoulders out in my video in the afternoon. So if you all caught that, kudos to you. You might as well hit the like button on this video if you caught that inverse head and shoulders move. We're seeing it completed. We went all the way to 440, which is what I said in my previous video. And it's crazy how we played off these levels, right? We went from 430 to 420. We bounced off the low from July. Then we ended up double bottoming. Well, I guess it's not a double bottom, but the left shoulder and the right shoulder, the neckline, held 427, which was the low from October, early October, late September, like we talked about. So it's crazy how we played off these levels and the amount of volatility we had today. And the fact that we moved so much intraday, it's just ridiculous. From 420, which was the bottom on SPY, we went all the way to 440. We saw almost a 5% intraday move. Triple Q saw about, let's see here, from 334 to 353. This saw an almost 6% intraday move. We had the Russell, which went up 2.3% on the day, which is crazy. This saw about a 100-point intraday move, or about 5.5%, as the Dow ended up going up 100 points on the day, 0.3%. It saw about a 4%, a little less than a 4% intraday move. So what the heck's going on, guys? Let me tell you, I have no idea. Well, I have my theories here, but nobody knows what is really going on. And we all know the financial markets, they're tricky. There's a lot of manipulation going on. The big boys, the hedge funds, institutional money, whatever you want to call it, they try and shake out retail investors, right? Like me and like you watching this video, unless a hedge fund person's watching this video, which I highly doubt. We're all retail investors here. We're all in the same boat, right? The big boys, right? They try and shake us out. They try and move stocks heavily. They short them. They manipulate them. And when they go very low, even intraday for a quick little day trade, they probably hop in and out, dump it, maybe short-term moves. When they go very low, they buy up the stock, and then we see this massive reversal. It's like we reversed on a dime. I mean, this is nuts. Again, we saw the markets bleeding heavily, and now we ended up going green. This stuff is insane. And trust me, guys, I think it's manipulation. I think a lot of big boys made a lot of money today. And if you have, I guess, I don't want to say like, oh, I'm the most wise person, I have all these skills and wisdom, but I've seen this before, so I didn't panic sell. I actually bought Google, and I made a handsome profit on it. Well, I didn't sell it yet. We'll talk about that maybe tomorrow. But it's like, okay, if you know what they're trying to do, you can play their game in a sense. So I ended up, again, buying Google, and I know a lot of you guys bought stocks this morning and you're maybe trading out of them. That's what they're doing, and they're picking up other stocks, maybe at bargain basement deals, depending on what stocks you are looking at. So I think there's some big money manipulation here, big money buying shares on the cheap, and again, avalanche selling, people selling. Well, I guess this happened earlier in the day, right? People selling, and then other people are selling because they're seeing other people are selling. So everybody's selling, a lot of retail. It's really just a lot of retail money, right? Retail money, they're scared, they're fearful. A lot of people are investing, trading. They just started about a year or two ago, maybe even sooner than that. So they've never seen this volatility. They're just selling out, and everybody's just selling out. But people, again, I don't want to say I'm the wisest person, but people that have been around the block, they kind of know what's going on, and they're calm. I mean, I was calm all day today. I mean, it was just a regular day for me, and I actually like days like this. It makes it more fun. The market's more fun. I like buying stocks on the dip. I like making these short-term moves in the volatility. It's more fun for me. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe it's not like that for you. Who the heck knows? So, yeah, are we reversing now? That's another question. I don't think we're reversing fully to all-time highs again quite yet. I mean, we could be, but it's just too early to tell. So I don't want to just hop on here on my YouTube channel and be like, yes, we are reversing, guys. We are going to all-time highs. I'm calling the bottom, because I'm not that important and I'm not that smart, guys. So I can't tell you if we're reversing. It might be a bull trap for all we know, but it's just incredible what we saw today. The volume, the amount of intraday volatility. So for tomorrow, what am I looking for? I'm looking at 440 when it comes to SPY, right? 440 is a big resistance right now. That was the high point beginning of October. If we take 440 out, we might see another relief rally or the extension of the relief rally we saw in the latter half of today. We could be going from 440 to 448. Triple Q, which ended up closing right under 355, which is a big resistance for Triple Q. If that breaks, this might fill the gap. It might continue the relief rally, maybe to 360, 365, which is the next gap to the upside to fill. And I think that could happen potentially, which is why I didn't lock in my Google profit. I might regret that tomorrow. We'll see how that ends up going down. I might even sell it. I still have a little bit of time to sell it here in the after hours, and I might even sell it pre-market, depending on, let's say the futures are green in the morning tomorrow, Google's up. I might just dump out tomorrow morning because we might see a dump during the day tomorrow. It's just very, the market's erratic right now. It's crazy. So we have to be careful. And don't get me wrong, just because I bought a little Google today as a swing trade, I still have a lot of cash, guys. I still have a good chunk of cash in my portfolio. So what do you guys think? Drop me a comment. If we break, do you think Google's gonna Triple Q is gonna break 355? We go higher. Do you think SPY's gonna break 440? We go higher in the short term. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure to hit the like button if you all are finding value in this video. And now let's talk a little bit, now that we talked about how the stocks, the markets in general played out today, let's talk a little bit about some other stocks that I'm looking at. And by the way, get your 5 stocks free from Webull, or not Webull, Moomoo. Moomoo's a new one, right? They're offering 5 stocks up to $3,500 each. All you have to do is use my link, deposit $100, you get some free stocks. That's linked down below. Make sure you guys do that. Let's talk about some stocks now. AMAT, AMAT. This one had a crazy reversal today as well. AMAT, Applied Materials, went up 3% today, which I guess isn't that crazy in the grand scheme of things for one day for a stock. But if you guys saw it earlier in the day, it was under 130. So it ran intraday about 8%. You guys are seeing now, going back to that 4-hour chart, we're above the EMA here. So we might be seeing a move maybe towards the mid-140s in the short term, which is a big resistance right now, I'll be honest. But we do have a couple more bucks in the tank, in my opinion, before we end up getting there. So let me get some water in my system, guys. I'm like 4 videos deep today. Crazy markets. I'm freaking dehydrated. Give me a second. And yes, I have a little Starbucks. Look at this, guys. What is this? A Starbucks. My fiance bought this for me when she went to Disney recently. It's a Disney-themed Starbucks bottle, whatever you want to call it. It's good for water. Anyway, yeah, watch out for Applied Materials, up 3%. If we go to 145, great. If we break that, we might be going 150. That'd be nice as well. So we're watching this one over the next couple of days, and I almost forgot. Let me pull up my phone. Hold up. Sorry, guys. I probably should have done this before, but let me do it now. We're on the video. Come on, let's go to Earnings Whispers on Instagram. By the way, follow me on Instagram at StasserFest. We have earnings this week. We have IBM. Oh, yeah, they just reported. Let's look at IBM. We have J&J, GE. These are tomorrow, by the way, J&J, GE. We have Verizon tomorrow, American Express, Lockheed Martin, 3M, Raytheon, Microsoft's tomorrow, Capital One. So tomorrow's going to be big. We have Texas Instruments as well, Navient. Also, Hawaiian Airlines, if you guys happen to know about Hawaiian Airlines. Personally, I don't know much about the company, but I do remember seeing that logo that I'm looking at on my phone here. When I was in Hawaii over the summer, I saw Hawaiian Airlines everywhere. But before we get sidetracked here, let's look at IBM, International Business Machines. Holy crap, guys. This stock is ripping. Look at that. IBM closed at 128, and it was a lot lower intraday. Let me tell you that. It was at 124 intraday, and now it's at 134. Got all the way to 138 after hours after reporting earnings. So let's see exactly what is going on here. So EPS came in at 335 versus 314 estimated. Sales came in at 16.7 billion versus 16.06 billion estimated. So double beat for IBM on EPS and on revenue, which is fantastic. Software revenue's up 8%, and what is that? Up 10% at constant currency, including about 5 points, yada, 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 yada. Consulting revenue up 13%, which is solid. Infrastructure revenue flat. Okay, we can't have growth everywhere. Hybrid platinum, or a platform rather, and solutions up 7%. We have Red Hat up 19%. Do we have anything on growth here, or guidance rather? I'm not seeing anything on guidance, but overall, yeah, that's great. Wow, I mean, that's fantastic. EPS beat. Earnings or revenue beat. If only IBM was Apple. I mean, if Apple was up 10% after hours or 5%, that'd be fantastic. But IBM, I guess it's not the most popular company these days. But I mean, it was back in the day. But now it's you know, the big tech names, which IBM, unfortunately, I wouldn't group that stock or that company into the big tech names. But it's good to see that they did do well with earnings, and the fact that they are breaking out here on the 4-hour chart. They seem to be heading up towards maybe 140, 145. That is a good sign. And hold on a second here. Is this an inverse head and shoulders? Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is, guys. Look at that. We have the left shoulder. We have the head right here. We have the good old right shoulder right here. So this could be playing out. We might be going low, mid 140s. Keep your eyes out on IBM. And I'm not trying to make you guys hungry, but look, Domino's Pizza, DPZ, this one up 5% on the day, and it was down, I think, earlier in the day, like pretty much every stock was. This stock was at about 430 earlier in the day. It got down to 429, actually, and it went all the way to 457. So intraday, Domino's Pizza went up about 6%, and you guys clearly see a double bottom breakout above 430. That is a very good sign, and you're noticing the double bottom breakout occurred towards the bottom of this uptrending channel, which is also a good sign. So at this point, like a lot of stocks, I don't think Domino's is out of the woods yet, but if it breaks, let's say 460, which was support back in October before it ran up to 560. So if we break 460, maybe in the short term, we do have a little bit more upside. So I'm going to put my alert at 460. Mark is at or above. There we go. And now let's take a look at Apple. Apple went up above 161, and this is one that I was also looking to buy as a swing trade earlier in the day when I bought Google. In hindsight, I should have done that, but shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? I can't always buy everything. But at this point, look, we're breaking out on the intraday chart at least for Apple. And when we look at the 5-day chart, it's still in a downtrend, guys. So be careful. Apple's the big dog. They report earnings this week on Thursday, right? This Thursday they report. Yeah, in 3 days from now. So watch out. That's going to be a big one. Again, Google is going to be a big one. They report early in February. I'm very, very, very excited for that one. And let's talk about one more. AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. Let me see if you guys remember this. Do you guys remember when I was talking about potentially shorting AMD? This was about 2 months ago. And full disclosure, I didn't do it. I didn't short AMD. It was at 150. I freaking wish I did, but now it's sitting at 116. So I probably should have went with my gut feeling back then to short the stock, but for some reason, whenever I think about shorting, it's kind of like a psychology thing. I get a bit clammy, ooh, shorting. I don't know if I should do that, I get nervous about it, and I chicken out. And I'll be honest with you guys, I chickened out. I was going to short AMD. I probably would have covered by now. I mean, if I did short it at 145 or 150, it ran to 160, I would have held it, and then it dropped to 130, 135. That's where I probably would have covered, so I wouldn't be short at this point anymore. But, sometimes when your gut's telling you something, you might not always be right, but hey, you might have to go for it once or twice, especially when you're doing something a bit crazy. You might nail it. And in this case, in hindsight, yes, it worked. In that moment, I was a bit nervous about it. And hey, I'm just being honest with you guys. And at this point, I didn't short it. And I'm definitely not going to short it now, because at this point, I feel like we might be seeing a rally soon. And my luck, if I shorted it here, it's going to rip right back from $116 where it is right now. It's probably going to go back 140, 150, and I would get my boots smoked. So, yeah, keep your eyes on AMD. I wish I shorted it. I didn't. I'm not going to do it now. That would be stupid. And on the 3-year chart, we're noticing AMD, I'm not saying it's a bottom. I'm not calling bottoms, but here we are, right by the 50 moving average on this 3-year chart, which has held as support literally every time we've pulled back over the past 3 years. So keep your eyes on it. If AMD holds 120 or breaks back over 120, we might be seeing a move. So overall, guys, that is it for this video. I don't want to keep you all too long. We're about 17 minutes in. Just be careful. Be careful. The 2-day Fed meeting starts tomorrow. Have some buying power. Have some dry powder on the sidelines. Have some cash, right? All those mean the same thing. Because, look, no one knows what Mr. Powell is going to say. Nobody knows how the markets are going to react. And if you want to be somebody that wants to gamble and go all in on a big rip after the meeting or a big drop after the meeting, go for it. If you want to gamble on that, go for it. But for me, I'm holding some cash. I'm in some positions, right? And I'm not trying to gamble. I'm not trying to guess what's going to happen. I'm just going to wait, let it happen, and then I'm going to react to it, right? So that's it. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment, and make sure to join my Patreon if you all want all my buy, sells, call outs, morning update videos, plus more. All of that's on Patreon, link down below. And you guys could also get 5 stocks from Moomoo, each of those stocks being valued up to $3,500. Get those 5 stocks, link down below. All you have to do is use my link, deposit $100. We get some free money. That's linked down below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching as always. Keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there. Peace.